Smart 24, driving business.
Yes, we'll be back from the break exactly 11 minutes past 9. Smart business. I'm Andrew Barigi, and definitely we're heading into this particular discussion where we're heading to very sensitive matters. But of course, in line with that, we decided to embark on taking a look at the opinions of youth personnel that are participating into the line of politics. And this time around, we have Norman Amuramuzi, he's a political analyst from the PLU. And we're here to discuss two things, because first of all, he's involved in trade at the same time, and also he's in two aspects in line with accountability. And today we want to take a look at the gaps in the citizen-led accountability. What is that thing that is still lacking? Because we know we are the sole responsibility. You know, you as a citizen, you are responsible. Your leaders have to account towards you in regards to the service they swore to give to you to that degree. So Norman, it's a pleasure to have you. Switching straight forward into the in lines of accountability, you know, from the youth perspective, we've seen youth leaders being, you know, appointed in different areas, different district levels, you know, and accountability has been part of the key issue that is in line with that. So as a person that is into a leadership position, what are some of those gaps we feel like that are still into citizen-led accountability, whereby citizens now have to demand the leaders' accountability?
Thank you, moderator. I appreciate to be here again. I want to first greet the people watching Smart 24 TV. I want the people in the areas of Namugongo. I greet the people commonly from Rujumbura who are watching, and traders. Concerning accountability in our country.
Also, especially on the youth side, if we can take a look at youth participating in leadership. Because we are the people that are leading the riots, going to parliament, you know. But we, in our hearts, if we to check ourselves, are we accountable in the different areas, all the different jurisdictions where we exercise authority?
You know, where there is an error, we need to advise, and we need to be patriot enough before our country. But in our country, like, we have no freedom of speech directly.
Why do you say that?
There is a reason as to why I say we are insecured. When we talk of the youth, like protesting, of lacking accountability, and may I quote the youth, they have not searched for the real information for which part to tackle. Of recent, you saw this permanent secretary of trade, and what happened. Now, like when they are demanding, there are some areas to tackle.
What are those areas?
People responsible to give accountability, like this riot of last time, of 23rd March to Parliament. I think it would had been focused on asking the PS, the PS of Parliament, not direct to Speaker, because whatever budget, whatever leakage, whatever straightness go through the hands of PS. So I think maybe there they went wrong. But what they are doing was right. I think because of this, of these gaps we are talking about, there was insecurity.
Exactly.
You saw many people, instead of being secured, they were scattered, and most of them were arrested and detained to remand homes. Like many people were in Zira. I've seen they are releasing one by one. Now, that informs you that there is insecurity in the country, which causes fear. It causes fear to the youth, it causes fear to the Ugandans that they will not demand for anything because there is insecurity. Another thing, you know, accessing information is also expensive. I told you last time when I were here that many of the government officials have turned offices to be their homes. They are their homes, whether they work, where they don't, where they give accountability, where they don't. These officials, they don't mind about the country. They just mind about their own interests. Because even accessing them is very difficult. You can see like every citizen who is having a national ID is guaranteed to access every government institution searching for any information he or she wants. But here in our country, you can't do that. Sincerely, I advise the government on that, that they should change. And whenever they see and interview someone, they find that he's in such a caliber, they shouldn't employ that person, or they should censure that person and recruit other people. Many people are yearning for jobs, and they are capable of working. So if we are to serving well, we should put down those people who are not well in service and recruit new people who are capable. There is the problem of, I think here in Uganda, we have corruption. When there is corruption, like we are talking about, it is not only among it is not only among the government officials, even ourselves, we are corrupt. Because like of recent, I had information that these riots of the traders, they were 200 people who went to the State House in Entebbe to visit the president, because it was their concern. By that day, he had invited them. When they reached there, they allowed only 72 people to enter. And it means that 128 people remained outside.
Exactly.
So you see that few people have access, few people get access to raise their voices. Because I don't think that these people had no reason as to why they had gone to the State House. They had a reason as to why they had left their jobs, they had left their other responsibilities, and they selected that day that, let's go and visit the president, we tell him what is our concern, he will give us the feedback. But 128 people were left behind the gate, and only 72 entered. So it shows you that few people have accessibility
for their
to some services. Even we have remote areas. Like this TV, you can't tell me that it reaches everywhere. So some people, they lack information. They are not informed, and they are countrymen and women.
Okay.
We are living in the same country, but being in remote areas has affected them not to be informed.
Now, that brings us to a very to a question here. How do we address this gap for the citizen-led accountability? Because we realize that, like you've mentioned, due to lack of information, people are not able to know what to demand accountability for.
Yes.
So how do we address this gap away from because media coverage may not be in position to reach every area because of some basic utilities like electricity, which is not actually distributed. But how can we address some of these gaps such that the citizens, most especially the youth, are aware of what they're supposed to do?
There is Ministry of Gender and Labor, and if it can work well with the Prime Minister's office,
Yeah.
to do a feasibility study across the country to know what is the problem of this country. Because it is the responsibility of the office of Prime Minister to know how the country stands. Do you know that this is also a disaster?
Which one? Which one exactly?
We are lying under poverty line.
Yes, that is true.
When people are poor, they will die of hunger. When people are poor, they will riot. When people are poor, they will fight. When people are poor, they will be used to do whatever wrong because they need to be well.
They need to be well.
Now, to stop this disaster that is in our country, Prime Minister's office should come out to do a feasibility study across the country,
Yes.
to alert the Ministry of Gender and Labor to know how they can handle people. Because here Ministry of Trade and the Ministry of Finance, they come after Ministry of Labor has handled people. No one can run business when he has no capital. No one can run business and employ people when he is not informed. It means the same incidents will keep incurring each and every day.
Okay.
I advise the government of Uganda today, because me being a patriot, I will not hide this and this, to come out. We love our country. And study what is the need, because we have been in power for so long. Now, we need to know what is the solution of these people to cover these gaps. Because today there are gaps, tomorrow there are gaps. Someone will have a question like, why are gaps every day? Everyday gaps. What have we done? Even though the government has done good, it will not be seen because gaps are still there.
Interesting. Of course, it's exactly 25 minutes past 9. This is Mark Means Business. We're discussing, addressing gaps with citizen-led accountability. For now, we're going to take a short commercial break, and of course, when we return, we shall be addressing the matters in line with the President postponing addressing the traders. Stick around.
Smart 24, driving business.
We all have that friend, always by your side for the big moments. Alina drama munji. And sometimes akuteka ku pressure. But it's always there to celebrate your wins. Where would we be without our BFF? This season, enjoy the best football moments with your hashtag BFFGoTV. Get GoTV today to enjoy all the best football live on Supersport. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Mama nyabo, ino internet wenyukanga ekizungirizi. Ate kamera ya yolumamyo. Banange ebyandaka ku boggo. Buno mugano gwennyini. Funa kabodi supakati ku nsimbi ezisaliddwako ng'otandika kusinza emitwalo 49 zokka. Usasule mpola mpola sinsi 833 buli lunaku. Weewangulira omugano gwa kabodi supa okuva ku MTN Christmas eno. Weefunire GB 2 eza data wa MTN buli mwezi okumala emyezi 8. Weegambulire kabodi supa kati okuva ku dduuka lya MTN wonna mu ggwanga. Everywhere you go, MTN. Ekolera wansi w'amateeka ga UCC.
Amanya gange nze Naswa Sharafa, mbeera Kawempe era nga nkola liquid soap. Liquid soap okuva COVID we yajja abantu ne batandika bagamba banabe mu ngalo awo naffe twatandikira okuyingira mu business ya liquid soap. Wano mazeewo weeks 2 era nga nkuguse mu liquid soap banyongeddemu skills mweyo yennyini product yange. Skills zenjize wano ngenda zikozesa okulaba nga product yange ekyukamu kuba era we baali batuyigiriza twayiga batuyigiriza mu business development ne batuyigiriza design thinking tuwetadde tutya mu ngato z'abakasitoma baffe. Bakasitoma baffe buzibu ki bwe bafuna mu products zaffe. Twayeba omukisa ne tuddayo eri bakasitoma baffe ne tubabuuza bizibu ki bye basanga kati nga nze akola liquid soap ne mbuuzaako awo bizibu ki bye musanga mu business yange. Abamu ne baŋŋamba liquid soap w'amazzi, liquid soap ayokya. Ne tukomawo wano Madam Grace n'atuyigiriza in a practical way. Ne tuyiga liquid soap omulungi agenda okuyamba bakasitoma baffe. Obubaka bwennyini eri project ya Grow mbeebaza beebale kutuyigiriza beebale tu including ffe abaliko obulemu ne batateekamu kirowoozo nti tetusobola ne bamanya nti disability is not inability. Era tusaba batongereyongere bongere otuyigiriza in other skills ne webabaawo obusobozi batongere mu capital.
Grow, generating growth opportunities and productivity for women enterprises.
Cooking oil like no other makes your meal so sweet and scrumptious. The taste of Uganda, yeah, the taste of Uganda, the taste of Uganda, yeah, I want ya.
Smart 24, driving business.
Yes, we'll be back from the break. It's exactly 30 minutes to the top of the hour. We're discussing matters that are happening to the country. And well, we were concluding on a matter in line with the gaps, addressing the gaps in citizens-led accountability. Normally, we're winding up something before we go into the break. Let's wind it up, then we enter into the traders issue.
The government should come out and put simple ways for the people. I saw some other traders of different areas. One was complaining like even these organizations here, traders organizations, you know, we have FUTA, we have UTEA, we have many groups. That they didn't reach information to the local traders like in Jinja, in Masaka. So someone was like complaining.
Exactly.
Should I think that Kampala people are only traders? Why are we not? It was like a quarrel. I said now. When you brought about this topic, I said, you see, people are not informed. For the long time, shops have been closed in Kampala. If they were informed, at least they would have done something. Now, I advise the government to put some simple terms for Ugandans. Because Ugandans, they love themselves, they love Uganda. We need to come out and be transparent.
Transparent.
Yes. For no one to complain each and every day. These complaints will result into unstoppable riots.
Interesting. Well, away from that now, as we switch straight into another discussion point. The Revenue Department came out and launched the EFRA system, but of course we know clearly, very well, that it caused traders to close their shops. That is for a number of weeks. In line with that, and the president definitely promised to respond to meet them on the 31st of July of his decision, to give them his decision regarding that particular matter. But a few days for the traders, just a few days that were left for the traders to meet the president. Of course, the leader of the country was set to arrive, but the plans had fallen. Let me say that the plans had fallen on the ground of the people that were in charge of that, and they were informed that the date had been postponed until this month. Now, of course, John Kabanada, head of the New Generation Trade Association, said that although the pitch was being made, it was better for the leader, and that is the president, to use the network until these problems are actually solved. You know, that's what we're trying to take a look into. And of course, they urged their colleagues to close their shops from 31st July until their leader answers them. You know, and some of them were saying the taxes were too high, which sets them back. And some of the key aspects they want are in line with the abolition of taxes, especially the EFRA system, you know. So that is something that they really want to be dealt with. The president cancelled once again. So Norman, as a business person, a youth, ambitious about the political sphere of this country and also the economic side, what does that signify to you?
I had told you earlier, I had talked of this issue of traders. They were 272 to enter the State House and 128 left behind the gates. Traders are also collapsed. There is an issue I had that there is a statement they could make called Akato. I don't know whether you've ever heard of yes, whether you ever heard of that.
I think I've heard of it.
The boat, they call it a boat.
Yeah.
Now, when these traders, 72 entered the State House, and 128 remained behind the gates, it brought corrosion.
Okay.
It brought a very huge corrosion, of which these 128 who were left behind the gates, traders, leaders.
Some of them that were left were leaders.
Yes.
Okay.
They were leaders. And others were great traders. So, there has stood a question that why have they allowed these to enter? Why is this selective? It brought collusion in between traders.
The traders, yeah.
Like the leader of Utea didn't enter the State House. He was left behind the bars, and it caused a very huge collusion that there is corruption in between. Maybe some people who have entered, there is a reason why they have entered. And it is said that some people got some money of which I don't have full information about that. And these people who were left behind still kept complaining. That caused them also to riot.
Right. Okay.
And I heard of recent, the traders of Futa, opened the shops. Then the traders of Utea stayed like 2 days to 3 without opening the shops. Now, this brings confusion to Ugandans. If just mere leaders of traders are colliding, what is happening to the country? Are we having leadership? Are we moving straight? Are we in a trade? What are we fighting for? If it has been URA affecting traders according to tax correction, talking of IFRIS matter, have we solved it?
Okay.
Because now our leaders as traders are colliding. We are not doing something uniform. We are not organized. That is a very big error among our leaders. There is another concern. If I leave leaders aside, leaders of traders aside, I go to representation.
Representation.
Yes. These ministries, Minister of Trade and Minister of Finance, they have not been really capable to represent trade in our country.
How should we defend that?
These traders would never have gone to the president when we have a Minister of Trade and a Minister of Finance.
Why do we, let me say, so these ministries haven't done anything for this country since their inception?
I advise the president of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to watch out. Some ministries are seen like boxes framed. The Minister of Finance
was supposed to address
responsible for taxes, because Minister of Finance owns URA.
Okay.
URA works under Minister of Finance. But errors are happening each and every day. When I was doing my research, I saw like 11 trillions didn't reach the treasury of government.
11 trillion? Huh?
Yes. And this was a mistake by URA, Uganda Revenue Authority. So, these gaps we've been talking about must happen because of like such things. Now, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Trade, this is the main sector that makes the country to stand upright. My dear President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, watch over these ministries. Ministers, they are seated because they are in government. But they are not doing anything to help the country.
Okay.
At least set them off and put some young people there to stand. When we talk of standby generator, is bringing new young people here to crush down corruption. Because like these leaders, they are corrupt in their power. We hope, in case we get a chance, because I don't know what is in mind of my chairman, MK, but if we can get a chance of MK to be His Excellency of this country, I think he will introduce young people, fresh blood, and this will hit down corruption that is failing our country to move further.
To move further.
Yes.
Now, there is something here. Why do you think the president postpones meeting up with the traders? Why?
This is because there is collusion. I've told you there is collusion. Representation is not good.
Don't you think it's him postponing to meet the traders led to the collusion?
He is postponing. Why I'm talking of this collusion, for you may see it in that angle, but you can't meet people who are not organized. What are they going to present? He has sent messages to them. I saw this Namiaro. Namiaro tried to analyze the Hajat. Yes, Hajat Namiaro tried to analyze with some traders leaders like Mr. Kabanda and Ntare Edward on how they should organize themselves to meet the president.
Okay.
Not just to live here. Banange, the president is the fountain of honor. You see, to meet the president, you say you start hanging up your hands. Reach to the president, present the issue as to why you've entered the State House. You analyze issues.
Okay,
but reaching there, then you start quarreling yourselves, traders, when the president is there like this.
If I may ask, they had meetings with the president before. They've had a meeting with the president.
Yes.
Before that.
Not only one.
Not only one.
Yes.
Then
because
why was the initial one unsuccessful?
Wait, it is like this. You remember the first meeting of the traders and President Museveni here at Kororo.
Yeah.
From Kororo, they have met President Museveni 3 times more.
3 times more.
Yes.
What does
leaders.
What does that indicate?
It indicates that they are not organized. So because up to now.
Could it be the reason that the first meeting wasn't successful, that they were not organized, if the president was able to give them time? They discussed some matters.
They were not organized.
But they discussed something.
They discussed.
What were the conclusions?
But on discussing, they didn't discuss with the president. Themselves, they discussed forcing the president. And the president is not forced. He had come to discuss with traders.
Let me ask. I thought, unlike in other countries, I know citizens own countries, right? So I think it's upon the citizens to force the president on what they feel is best for them. Unless you tell me they are hostages and they have no say.
Whichever country shall you go to, citizens are the owners of the country.
But are the traders owning the country's economy?
No. But when a citizen owns a country, I want every citizen to remember that there is a reason why they look for leaders to guide them. And when you stand, you elect for a leader to guide you. We call out elections to look for leaders to guide us. Then we should respect these leaders in whatever they are doing for us. I want to tell you this. To my personal understanding capacity, the way they negotiated with the president of Uganda was not good. It was not a conversation. It was not a dialogue. It was a force that he must do what they want.
Okay.
And all the issue was from IFRIS, was from the system that was introduced to correct tax. They would have at least learned what IFRIS is.
Okay, Norman, if I may ask you, you are a trader. You do trade, right?
Yes, I do.
So for you, the IFRIS system is okay with you? You've experienced it, right?
The only problem of IFRIS is one.
Yeah.
The people who are enforcing IFRIS, they don't know what it means. They don't know. They just talk. When they are talking through the mouth, it is easy to explain. But to put in action, even those people who introduced it, they don't know how it works. Because now, if we talk like people of Chikubo, because here in Uganda, we stand our business in Kampala, and in Kampala, we stand our business in Chikubo Center. Now, is where you find that someone will produce like 50 boxes. He makes a receipt. Let's say he's using IFRIS. IFRIS takes, but it does not return. We have what we call commission agents. The owner of the shop has a commission agent who is going to carry 100 boxes, of which the receipt, the e-receipt has already been produced concerning those 100 boxes. But taking this commission agent taking 100 boxes to a customer will take 70. And the 30 boxes will be returned to the owner. And the owner is not a commission agent, is the owner of a shop.
Sure.
But the receipt has already come out. Okay. And the charge of 18% has already been removed from this property that, or from this commodity that has been sold. Now it has been again brought back to the shop. Again, to sell it, you must produce another receipt.
Okay.
So you find that traders were complaining for good issues, but because they are not organized is the reason as to why their challenge is still keeping a challenge. But this challenge is well seen that it can happen to every shop, that can happen, it can happen to every business. Yes. Now, it means that we are paying more than triple times tax.
Double taxation, what they call
Not double.
Triple.
When you talk of double, it means that because at the border, they pay tax, that 18%. 18%, they pay that tax. When they reach here, what makes the traders to riot, to close shops, is to bring these commodities from border. They have paid tax at the border, and they reach in their shops. Also, they pay 18%. That is what they call double. But if you add on that after making an error in selling, this commission agents brings back 50 boxes that someone has taken 50, it means now it's triple.
Okay.
It means now it's triple taxation.
Okay.
This is what makes the traders to close the shops and complain. Only that the way they are complaining, they are not represented well.
Okay.
Whom they selected to be their leaders are not well organized to take their issue to the president.
Let's wind this up, Norman, in the last minutes.
I call upon Ugandans to love Uganda, because Uganda is our motherland. Whatever component in Uganda is ours. Things come and they go. Absolutely. So there is time for everything. When time comes and it is bitter, it means that we are waiting for the solution. But bitter times, even in other governments of kings and whatever, bitter times could come. So whatever bitter time comes, let's look for the solution. And I call upon the government always to hear the Ugandans, because when someone cries, it means there is something that has hurt him or her. Absolutely. No one can cry without a reason. So I call upon the government always to hear what the countrymen and women are crying for.
All right, thank you for those remarks. And of course, this is Smart Means Business. We come to the end of today's edition. Thanks for being a part of it, although we started from with Master Katsimi driving you all the way from 7 a.m. Coming down up to 9 a.m. Well, I guess we shall be meeting again tomorrow. Have yourselves a very wonderful morning. Good morning. Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Have they removed?
I think we're off. I think we must be off.
If we are off, then we remain there on the screen.
We are off.